We're facing finals day 2. We have our a surprising team, really. The interview with SnypeR here. So let's just kick things off with your preparation. What kind of a practice did you get? What kind of teams did you practice against?
Yep. So heading into this event, we picked up Ustilo and started training in Australia. We played about a week's worth of scrims, and then we flew over on Monday, got in Tuesday, got added to the prac group on Wednesday, and then got our first pracs on Wednesday. And then I think, yeah, so we got our first pracs in on Wednesday in Europe, and it was against some pretty good teams. We learnt a lot. We played Mirage twice, Cache once, and I think Inferno. No, yeah, I think someone let us play Inferno. So that was it. And then Thursday we couldn't prac because we had to hand our gear in for anti-cheat stuff. So Friday we just rocked up fresh.
What about the practice in Australia? Because from what I know, Vox doesn't really want to play against you in practice. Sorry, and so you kind of have to play against these lower tier teams. How hard is it to get like proper practice with like living in Australia, really?
Yeah. Okay. Well, like any normal time of year, it would be really easy to get practice because there'd be leagues on that other people want to get better for. But this time of year, things just hit the fan. Vox lineup was shuffled because they removed Top Gun, so some people quit their teams, so they were viable for that. And then you had all the lineups shuffling because there was just a LAN tournament, a LAN national, and some team won, and that wasn't expected to win and knocked us out. And then people who weren't happy with their results decided now enough's enough, we're going to change. So effectively, every team in the top 4 changed lineups or disbanded and made new teams, and so that made practice really hard for us because the teams we practiced were like brand new, and so they were just getting stuff done, and us and Vox only changed one player. So we practiced Vox once before we came here, but the other team, like the other team that's just formed, is going to be really strong eventually. So they'll be really good to practice, and I don't think they'll ever be like, oh, we don't want to practice them. I don't think Vox are going to be like that anymore because as soon as they found out they were going to Gfinity, they practiced us once. So if something sort of happens in Australia where 2 spots are open for an international event, I'm sure we'd practice more. It'd be more cooperative than exclusive.
So with that kind of preparation, what kind of expectations that you have in front of this event? And well, this is most of your players' first international event outside of Australia. So what kind of an expectation did you have?
So for me, because it wasn't my first international event, my expectation was just to come over here. We knew we had the worst group possible. Like, who wants to verse number 1 and number 3 in like a sense that, you know, you're trying to get out of groups. But for us, we wanted to verse number 1 and number 3 in the world because it was a learning experience for us. We came over, I had no expectations really. I was just like, we're going to get flogged against NIP. We're going to hopefully beat NA, or it's going to be close. And then I was like, then we'll get flogged by NIP or Fnatic. And then we got here and we played some pracs, and I was just amazed at how good we did in practice. And I felt like it was better than when I was in Vox. And then, so that gave us huge confidence, and I was just letting everyone know, like, we didn't do that good. Like, you guys are doing better than my old team. Then we came straight up against NIP, and I think they just, they didn't expect the aim that we had on the day. And we were just snapping everything, I think, and we were just really fired up and no respecting them, and none of us had any nerves or anything because there was no pressure, and apparently, like, they made a heap of mistakes apparently. So then against NA, we didn't expect to, like, I think we thought we could win, but we didn't. There was nothing that would say we would, because they did but really bad against Fnatic. And we did really good against NIP, but it was just like you couldn't really tell. And we've seen like their results they post up against other teams like Flipside and whatnot, so we weren't sure. And then we went into that game, and Inferno, we got blown away by just how good their executes were and how bad we were. So that's when also I was like, oh, we got to just go back to our old Inferno because we changed some stuff up when Ustilo joined. Then Cache was the next map, I think, and then we were T first because we suck at knives, and then we got smashed like 6 rounds in a row or something ridiculous, and we at that point we were just like heads were low and everything, and I was like, guys, like I actually think we're better than them. Like after playing them, I know we're losing, but I actually think we're better than them. Like I think we can out-aim them. And then something just switched and we started tech 9ing them, and that got our tail up. And then once we just had the confidence, we just started putting them away.
What about Mirage then? That was the last map, but it came really close in the end. So what kind of as you said, you only get like two Mirages in Europe. You only got like a little bit of practice on that map. So what kind of an expectation did you have against Liquid?
Yeah. So we actually watched Liquid on Cache and Mirage last night, just thinking that that's probably what they'd want to play us on. Someone said that we really like our Mirage. I don't know if it was Elevate or Liquid, but it was one of the American guys. So we knew they'd done some background on us, and we knew also that that was pointless because since we got Ustilo, we changed everything. Mm-hmm. Then in our pracs, we were really good on Mirage. So we were very confident and we started CT first. We won like our first knife of the event. And we went 12-3, I think. And the rounds we lost were just like pure, simple mistakes, like 2 rounds. So if we didn't make any mistakes, that could have been a 14-1 just because and second half, I mean, what can you say? I mean, it's terrorists. The game's not made for terrorists. And we pretty much took our time. We knew that we had a massive lead, and we at first we just wanted to make sure that we didn't waste any rounds. Mm-hmm. So every round we lost was like we learnt something, and then towards the end we just knew what to do. But it just was really tight, I guess, because you can't account for like the massive clutches and Adren just jumping around, AWPing everything. So.
From what you're saying, it seems like you are more used to like trying to adapt to the other team as opposed to doing some like some of your own things. How would you say you would compare against Vox, your team, and Vox Immunor, since you played for them like a year ago last time? So how would you compare those two lineups right now?
Very even. Yeah, very even. Like we're both completely different play styles. Like you said, we like to adapt and they like to force their game onto other people. So whenever we verse each other, it's just they try to force their game and we just do whatever we can. Like we research them or whatever when it's an important competition, but otherwise we just try and practice our own sort of style, and when we know what they're doing, then we just adapt to it straight away. So rather than just have like one setup every round, like some teams, we just change it up because we know what they're going to do, I guess, or we figure it out.
So seeing as the new league has just been announced, the Million League only for Europe and Australia has been kind of left out, what would you like to happen for Australia, for your region to in the nearest future? What would you like for the scene to happen?
Well, like I said before, I just think we deserve 2 spots. I know we're only a small scene, but like we're a very volatile scene. We come over here and we just smash. So you know, all these people are just. All these guys in Europe are getting paid salaries and whatnot, and we're just coming over here with willpower and we're getting wins. Really, it shouldn't happen. And the fact that it is, I think that shows that we actually are really passionate about this game and like want to just smash everything.
All right, that's pretty much it. Thanks for the interview. Do you have any last words, shout outs?
No, just I guess shout out to Team Immunity. Thank you for all the support and all of our sponsors. Shout out to all of our fans on Facebook and Twitter and HLTV. I know you guys love us, especially me. So yeah.
So that was SnypeR from Immunity. Stay tuned to HLTV for more video interviews.